The suspect, who changed his name to hide from police in 2002, but was caught for a slaying in Maryland. This person right here in front of you, he's a Jamaican big time music producer and promoter. He was convicted in 2016 for the slaying of a man. I am going to tell you guys about Opulous Records, straight out of Jamaica. Now, this is Clement Reynolds, and for over 12 years he used the alias Dennis Graham, and he went on to forge a very successful music, putting out some of the biggest names in Jamaica. Well, he got life in prison for the killing of a man by the name of Wesley King. Well, Mr. Clement Reynolds, Opulous Records, he came from a good family in Jamaica. His family ran a business, or ran a couple different businesses, and he migrated to the United States of America. When he came to the United States of America, he went to college for a couple years and then fall out of college and joined up with a man by the name of Mr. Wesley King. I'm gonna tell you guys who Mr. Wesley King is. Mr. Wesley King worked at one of the business that was owned by Opulous record owner's family. So he worked at that business in Jamaica and they formed a friendship. After Mr. Reynolds, aka Opulous, dropped out of college, him and Mr. King linked back up. Now they formed a new business, and this is the new business. They decided to become a hustler. So Mr. King, Wesley King, and Mr. Reynolds, Opulous, started hustling. And you guys know when I say hustling what I mean. They were dealing with the greenery from Mexico to California, from California back to the Northeast. What happened with this business situation and these two business partners? Mr. Opulous got robbed by Mr. King. Now, at the time when he got robbed, Mr. King was dating Mr. Opulous' sister, and they had kids together. They had an 11-year-old daughter at that time, and they also had a son. Now, you might think this story is crazy, but there's some other stuff I have to tell you. So far, if you're following this story, you realize that these two men, their brother-in-law, called Mr. King, is dating or is with or sorry, my English is crazy. At the time, he was with Mr. Reynolds' Apollo's sister, and they had kids together. Now, I'm gonna tell you how the murder went down. As noted earlier, they had a falling out, and Mr. Clement Apollo's Records Reynolds figured that he was robbed by Mr. Wesley King. So on November 18th, 2002, Mr. Clement Reynolds and another man, went to Mr. Wesley King's house in Maryland. Upon approaching Mr. Wesley King was with his daughter. Now, the man that was with Mr. Apollos, he held the little girl back. She was 11 at the time, Nikisha King. And the other man shot Mr. Wesley. Both of them took off. The police came. Mr. Wesley, he died on the scene. And that started the investigation. Now, I am going to tell you guys how Mr. Apollos got caught. He took off. He dropped his cell phone, and Nikisha King, his niece, let me repeat, Nikisha King, his niece, identified him as her uncle, her mother's brother. The police took the phone, and along with Nikisha King's statement, and pressed charges on Mr. Clement Reynolds. Mr. Reynolds went on to get a second name in the name of Mr. Dennis Graham, and went on to be a very successful music promoter and producer out of Jamaica. Produce guys like Chronic Law and other big time top artists. Now, there's a lot more to this story, but you're gonna have to tune in tomorrow to get the part 2, and then tune in the day after to get the part 3. But this is a very big story. This guy right here, Mr. Clement Reynolds, like I said, he came from a good family. All of that. Made some wrong move, but there's a lot more to this story. So tune in tomorrow and you'll get the part 2. My name is Countryman. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on another video. I'm out.